Hey there folks, this is GreenXI, welcoming you right back to Let's Play Higurashi. This is episode 150, milestone. In the last episode, we checked out the Child Consultation Center, finally, after all the advice we got, and we got nowhere fast, pretty much. So Kaiichi, when we left off, he was in this situation where he felt like he had to do something for Rika, and he seems to have had a brilliant idea. Before we get started, I want to apologise for the quality of the videos sometimes when I'm doing PC gaming like this. I can't help it with the PC I've got right now. I don't know what the problem is. Every time I feel like I'm getting a bit closer to the solution, it's the frame rate goes or something just happens. But I think it's just my PC on its way out, to be honest. So it's not going to be sorted by the end of this arc. Hopefully I'll be able to get a PC before Christmas time, and hopefully it'll be one that's actually pretty good for what it is. So let's get going anyway. Chapter 7. Let's see what Kaiichi's idea was. Hopefully it'll tell us at the start. Let's continue. Sorry for interrupting your lunchtime, but can I have your attention please? My classmates looked at me with surprise. I stood at the front of the room and banged on the blackboard. I needed to get their attention. You can listen while you eat. I want to talk about our classmate, Satoko Hojo. Everyone went quiet as soon as I brought up her name. They all knew how bad of a situation Satoko was in. Remembering what happened to her last year, they understood how critical it was that she get help as soon as possible. Everyone was thinking they wanted to save Satoko if they could, but they hadn't done anything because they didn't know what they alone could do. I don't think there's need for me to explain what's going on with her. As you all know, Satoko has been absent for 3 days in a row. It's been 3 days since she got kidnapped by her uncle. He called the school and told them that she still has a cold, but I don't believe that. She hasn't even visited the clinic in these past 3 days. My classmates, think about this logically for a moment. If she's really that sick, why would he not take her to the clinic for 3 whole days? He's got a point. It's hard to believe that she's been sick for that long, yeah. She might have the flu. But if that's the case, she should be seeing a doctor. The whole class agreed that it was a bit strange. Everyone had been thinking the same thing inside their hearts. However, no one had really come forward and talked about it. This was a good start. Just think about it. Satoko's the healthiest girl in this village. She won't even get sick after eating food that's past the expiry date. But now she somehow got sick all of a sudden and missed school for 3 days. That's hard to believe, isn't it? The answer is simple. Her uncle is forcing her to stay at home. We've reported this case to the Child Consultation Center. However, they're putting it on hold. We went there, but all they told us was that they can't talk about it due to privacy reasons. What do you guys think about all this? I think it's wrong. We all know how her aunt and uncle were treating her last year. Besides, Satoko-chan was living happily with Rika-chan. It's wrong for him to force her to move out of there and keep her away from us. The sight of Rena letting her emotions speak for her when she was normally so quiet demonstrated most of all just how dire the situation was. Rena brought an intensity to this that I couldn't, since I often yelled and shouted about things. Are we just going to leave things as they are? Satoko's our friend. She's our classmate. We've spent time together in this small classroom, and we're like family to each other. We learn together, we played together, we ate together, we fought each other at times. We've spent so much time together that our relationship is as tight as families. Yeah, we can throw chairs at each other and be perfectly fine. Should we neglect someone who's that precious to us? Raise your hand if you want to neglect her. Me! I'm sure none of you want to do that. Oh. No way! We must help Satoko. Meta. The class was filled with commotion, which is exactly what I was looking for. The louder I talked, the louder my classmates got. They were getting all fired up. The more I let my true colours show, the greater everyone's emotions became as well. Our club is already making its move. We're trying to figure out how we can save her. Did you know that, Tomita-kun? No. That I did not? Let me tell you what our plan is. Don't worry, it's not something illegal. We're trying to fight, but without breaking the rules. In truth, nothing is more effective in society than taking an orthodox stand. Playing underhanded and striking by surprise may seem more effective, but that's as insignificant as a jack-in-the-box. Yeah, you can't even get out the box. What's up with that? A real orthodox attack can punch through anything. Yeah, I've heard that even in karate, a straightforward punch can deliver the greatest impact. When you think about the physics a bit, It's only natural a straightforward, simple, head-on strike would hold the most power. We're already doing the right thing by saving Sadako. Therefore, there's no need for us to do anything underhanded to accomplish that. We need to fight openly. So, who are we fighting against? That's a good question, Okamura-kun. This is a fight, true. However, we're not going to be violent with anyone. We're following the rules. This is the honest way to conduct a battle. Before we go any further, let me get back to just how we're going to save Sadako. This is the current situation. Sadako is there. Her uncle is locking her up inside the house. Apparently, she had no obvious injuries as of yesterday, but we don't know for sure if she hasn't gotten hurt since then. Besides, preventing her from going to school is already child abuse. Check this out. This is a brochure that Mion brought from the Child Consultation Center. It's written clearly in here. Keeping a child away from school is abuse. On top of that, her uncle left Sadako on her own for a year. That's considered neglect. Neglect also counts as abuse. However, the Child Consultation Center didn't even take that into consideration. They ignored the fact that he neglected her for 1 year, and they believe that she hasn't come to school because she's sick. They concluded that Sadako is not being abused because she had no obvious injuries at that point. What do all of you think? Mayabara-san! This is a blatant case of child abuse. Just because she doesn't have any injuries doesn't prove that she's not getting abused. I agree with him. How come they can't see it? It's so obvious. From what Mion's heard from inside their office, 2 or 3 days isn't enough time to determine if abuse is taking place or not. Apparently they can only recognise it as abuse after it has continued over several months or several years. She says they have to evaluate the situation very carefully. So, what do you all think about that? Do you think keeping Sadako in that house for several months is a good idea? No way, no way. Exactly, absolutely no way. The Child Consultation Center has no idea how much danger Sadako is facing right now. They don't know how terrible it was for her last year. That's why they're just putting her case on hold. What would you do, Tomita-kun? Sir, I think the issue here is that the Child Consultation Center isn't grasping the urgency of her situation. I think someone needs to go there and explain to them how serious this is. We tried that. Right. It might be routine for them to wait and see what happens. But in Sadako-chan's case, that's not applicable. Her uncle was abusing her last year too. He was taking out his stress on her. After the death of her aunt, he left Sadako-chan all alone and disappeared somewhere for an entire year. You know what? We even have information that he disappeared because he tried to move in with his lover in Akanamaya. What was Sadako doing while he left her? She was fortunate because Rika-chan offered her a place to stay. But what if Rika-chan wasn't there for her? She'd have had no choice but to try and survive on her own. Furthermore, we also know that he came back to Hinamazawa because his lover disappeared somewhere. In other words, she dumped him. He had no choice but to come back to Hinamazawa, and he forced Sadako to live with him again. Her neighbours have seen her doing the laundry too. The reason he took Sadako with him is clear. He took her so she could work as his slave. How could anyone do something like that? Is there anyone in this classroom that would call such a rotten person a parent after he spent a full year playing around with his mistress, only to come waltzing back and throwing his weight around? No, no way. Right, he's not a guardian. But the Child Consultation Center still calls him that. They claim that they'd have to go through family court in order to take away his parental rights. Who has the right to decide whether he's good enough to be Sadako's guardian? It shouldn't be the court. It should be decided based on common sense. I can say this clearly. He is not Sadako's guardian. We need to make that clear to the Child Consultation Center. The Child Consultation Center is the only organisation that can help Sadako before she's physically abused. The police won't move unless it develops into a criminal case. But do you think that we're going to wait until Sadako becomes a victim? We can't just sit around until that happens. That's why we're going to make our move now. We hit the Akanamaya Child Consultation Center yesterday. This is what they wrote down after we did. 5 classmates of Sadako Hojo made a visitation to request her protection. Do you know what that means? 5 classmates are not enough. We need your help. We need all of you. This is your chance to do something meaningful in your life. If you don't help us, you're not our friends. All you have to do is support me. I will do all the talking, and our club members are going to do all the fighting. We just want you guys to support us. If that's not enough, feel free to join the fight. Let them know the spirit of the Hinamazawa branch school. Mayabara-kun, what's going on? Chie-sensei looked into the classroom, the commotion having attracted her attention. As soon as she tried to step inside the class, someone behind her stopped her. "But Principal," Miss Chie, "I would like to have some tea. Would you make me a cup, please?" It was a clear display of his intent not to disrupt Kaiichi's speech. "Good old Principal. You sure? There are lots of young children in the class. If they all go to the Child Consultation Center, how can we explain it to their parents?" Chie. "Oh, Rika. Fude-san, what's going on here?" "Everyone's trying so hard for Sadako's sake. I can't do anything, so I need their help." "But I can at least try to stop you from stopping them." Chie had never seen Rika staring at her with an expression like that. She was surprised to see Rika looking so determined. "Why would you want to stop them?" "Principal, this is splendid, isn't it? They should do what they can. I will take responsibility for whatever happens." The principal pounded his chest. Such a good character, but still no avatar. Chie-sensei couldn't object any longer. "I understand. Please make sure that no one gets hurt. You all must follow the rules and mind your manners. Wouldn't it be better if, the teachers came as well? Teacher and principal. Just to have some adult, you know. You have to promise me that." "Thank you very much. I'm proud of you, Miss Chie. My students are teaching me many lessons." "Yes. I've made my decision. My students are like my own children. And what mother wouldn't protect her own children?" "Alright. Head back out as soon as you get home today and meet us at the Akanamae Library. The Child Consultation Center is on the first floor." "Yeah!" "Wait. Chie-sensei. Sensei, are you going to stop us?" "Certainly not. I truly understand your passion. I'm going to support you as long as you follow the rules." "Yeah." "I'm coming with you to make sure you behave yourselves." "Yes, we got an adult." "Is that okay?" "Yeah." Alright. Here we go. We're all getting fired up. We headed for the library as soon as we got back home from school. I'd expected that few kids wouldn't show up, but surprisingly, everyone came along. I could tell just how driven they were. It was also encouraging to have Chie-sensei there with us. I had to admit, I'd been feeling a bit guilty for dragging everyone to the consultation center. But as long as Chie-sensei was with us, I didn't need to feel the guilt. "Mayabara-san, please come to the counter." "Hello, I'm Mayabara. How can we help you today?" Type the tray again. As I wrote on the registration form, "We came to tell you about the danger Sadako Hojo is in." How many of you are here today? And how are you all related to her?" "We're Sadako's classmates and her teacher. There are 27 of us." "Our consultation room is not very large. Can we ask just a few people to come inside as representatives?" "Then shouldn't you prepare a bigger room, like a meeting room? I believe you should be arranging a room for us, not asking us to adjust to yours." Please just give us a moment." The receptionist seemed troubled. She told us to head back to our seats and started to make a phone call to someone. "Good job, Rena-san. I consider myself a pro, and even I thought that threat was perfectly timed." "Oh, you trying to compliment me?" "Rena's good at reading other people's minds. Sometimes she can use that talent against the enemy to intimidate them." A strange atmosphere permeated the office. It must have been the first time a whole class had visited on the behalf of one child. It was as though we were here for a school trip. "Well, hello. I'm Hariyama, the manager of this center. Please take a seat." It's the same room as last time. I think they've just flipped the image or something. "I'm sorry for bringing the whole class to your office. I'm Chie from the Hinamazawa branch school. We're here to talk with you today. They were treating us so differently now that we had 5 times as many kids plus one adult. Instead of that small consultation room, they took us to a big meeting hall. On top of that, the manager was there, alongside the lady from yesterday. I will let Mayabara-kun do the talking." Chie-sensei sat down at the far end of the table. She was just here to look after us. Besides, like I'd said, we were the ones who were going to fight. It was fine if Chie-sensei just stayed there and watched us quietly. "I'm Kaiichi Mayabara. Nice to meet you. Well, I've heard that yesterday you visited us with 5 of your friends to present your valuable thoughts to us on Sadako Hojo-san's case. Are you here on a different matter today?" I hadn't expected that they would start the conversation. What were they thinking? I don't like how ambiguous this feels. It feels like they're debating how to move, unsure if the fault lies with us or not. Kai-chan, you should clearly tell them why we came here, and let them know that they're in the wrong. My friends were analysing the situation behind me. Felt like I was having a meeting with the president of a foreign country. Actually, that wasn't far from the truth. I was sort of the Prime Minister. I was representing the whole class. I needed to be polite, but stern. Alright, let's attack from this angle then. Kai-chan, tell them something like this. Got it? Mion gave me an attack plan. This really is how Mion operates best. If she's weak on defense, then I can bear the brunt with impudence, while Mion issues perfect orders from behind. I took my friend's analyses and advice in consideration and calmly opened my mouth. No, first let me confirm something with you. We've come here today to make sure what we came to convey yesterday was properly conveyed to you. So I apologise if this seems rude, but could you please tell us how much you grasped from our conversation yesterday? It's alright if that just means reading the memo aloud. They became quiet for a second. It might have only been a short time, but the silence felt much longer than that. I could see the manager's expression turning serious. He thought was just dealing with a social studies class. I'm trying to grasp that grammar. But suddenly, his response changed to that of one dealing with a protest group of local citizens. From my understanding, we've acknowledged that you came to appeal that Sadako Hojo-san is in an extreme situation meriting temporary protection from our agency, and that we should expedite our response. I believe that our staff at the time explained that we are not taking the situation lightly and are currently discussing the appropriate measures. So taking into consideration the fact that Sadako Hojo was suffering abuse from her uncle at this time last year, you still believe an urgent response is unnecessary? Well, our organisation has no confirmed records that Teppei Hojo-san was administering abuse at this time last year. Mata. What? What the hell were you guys doing last year? She was being abused by both her aunt and uncle. Please don't tell us that you're only aware about the abuse from her aunt. Normally, we don't talk about such private affairs, but under these special circumstances, I think it's acceptable to say. We're aware that there were trouble between Sadako-san and her aunt Tame-san. However, we have no record showing that her uncle was also involved in the abuse. In fact, when we interviewed her neighbours, several mentioned Tame-san's slight hysteric tendencies, but none ever brought up the name of her uncle, Teppei-san. We believe that simply because his abuse didn't stand out under the shadow of her aunt's especially vicious nature. We do not believe that constitutes evidence that her uncle was not abusing her as well. I see. So you claim there was a likelihood that Teppei-san also inflicted abuse on the child at this time last year. The manager and the staff beside him jotted that down with a pen, as if to show that that was their first time hearing the information. This is why we came here today. We believe the Child Consultation Centre doesn't have a proper understanding of our present situation. We believe you should be able to see how urgent this case is once you fully understand it. I see. We're taking that into consideration. Please allow us to do more thorough investigation into Teppei-san. Okay, sorry about that. We mentioned this yesterday as well, but your uncle had abandoned his responsibilities as guardian for over a year. We received no response on this information yesterday, but what's your organisation's opinion on this matter? Of course, our office is aware that Teppei-san was absent from his residence for a year, and we have interviewed him on that matter. Oh? So what was his excuse? I mean, you can't talk about it for privacy reasons, but if it convinced all of you, it must have justified leaving her alone for a whole year, right? If you believe living with his mistress in Akinamaya is sufficient reason for abandoning his responsibilities for a full year, then we would like to receive that in writing. No, is that what happened? He explained to us that he was forced to work away from home in order to raise Sadako-san, so this is our first time hearing that. What the hell? They just believe that crap? Besides, even if he was working away from home, shouldn't he have provided some sort of protection or people to look after her? And another point, and it's still neglect that she was left there on her own. If it's your first time hearing that, then you should also know Sadako has been absent from school 3 days in a row now. While he contacted the school yesterday to say she had a cold, the only hospital in the village, the area clinic, has no records of her being examined. What do you believe the proper response is for a guardian who refuses to take a child to the hospital when she's been bedridden with illness for 3 days in a row? Well, we confirmed that she was absent one day, but 3 days in a row is news to us as well. However, our social worker met directly with Sadako-san and confirmed that the child in question denies the occurrence of abuse. When we asked if she wished to continue living with Tepe-san, she answered in the affirmative. So there's no abuse as long as she says so. That's one of the more difficult aspects. Whether the child herself feels she is suffering abuse or not is a very important factor. It's much like the definition of bullying. While the bully may not believe they are bullying, it's bullying if the recipient believes it is. So you can't do anything unless she admits that she's been abused and seeks your help herself? No, that's not quite how it works. Our organisation investigates the child's environment, and if we find any problems that might harm their lifestyle, we take appropriate action to protect them. However, we don't believe Satoko-san's case has reached that level of danger at present. No urgency at this point. That was exactly how the Child Consultation Centre felt about Satoko's case. Our classmates who had been watching the discussion burst into an uproar. How can you say something like that? What makes you believe that she's not in danger? First of all, Satoko-san denies the abuse, and not only that, she had no visible injuries either. Also, she was being provided with shelter, food and clothes. We can't say that Tepe-san's not taking responsibility as her guardian. Both of them seem to have no complaints about their current living arrangements. We believe that we do need to further discuss Tepe-san's past. But unfortunately, we also believe that you and your friends are overreacting to the situation. Uh-oh, here we go. Overreacting? Calm down, Kaiichi-kun. Let's not take it too personally. Damn it, why are they treating us like this? They think that we're only acting this way based on what happened last year. I see. The Consultation Centre was assuming that this year's cases and last year's cases were two separate issues. On top of that, Satoko is denying the abuse entirely. Tepe-san regrets the fact that he had to leave Satoko-san alone because of having to work for her sake. He promised that he would stay with her from now on and raise her lovingly. Bang! I heard a loud noise. Someone had just pounded the table. Everyone, including the manager, was startled. Flip the table! I figured it must have been Shion, but... Oh shit, she's off. It was Rana. Whoa, her face had turned as furious as demons. We've seen that before. She's gonna get killing. It's best for a child to live with their parents. There are things you can only learn from the love of your family. We've heard that Satoko-san was living with another minor for the past year, and has not been living under any adult. This could greatly harm her future as she is a sensitive, growing child. I'm sure that in your friendship with her, you all believe she may be happiest that way, but could you please give Satoko-san and Tepe-san the opportunity to restart their new life as uncle and niece, and watch over them kindly? Would you listen to any of the things we said? You're saying that you're not going to help her unless Satoko asks for your help. How is she supposed to seek help if she's been locked inside her house? She can't even go outside or make a phone call. How can she seek help? We came here in her stead because she can't be here herself. But you're not even willing to listen to us. That's not what we're trying to say. We will remember that over 20 of her classmates visited to talk about Satoko-san's case. We'll take what happened today in consideration when we make further decisions about her case. When are you going to make the decision? I can't say the word, and such a big word in this part. Can you guarantee us that Satoko-chan won't get hurt before that decision is made? If something happens to her, will you take responsibility? If she gets even a single bruise on her body, you're in huge trouble. Shion-san, that's enough. Please, tell us when you will make that decision. That's right. How long is it going to take you? Like I said, we need to take the matter seriously and make a careful decision. In order to do so, we will continue to meet with the two of them and investigate so that her and her father... I mean her uncle can have a better relationship. Please wait and see what happens for a while. We ask you to do so for her sake. So that's your response. You're saying that it isn't urgent, even though we came here to tell you that it is. I was starting to get lost in what they were trying to say, but Rena's words made me realise everything. We came here to tell them that they need to protect her right away, but they clearly told us that they didn't see any reason to do so. We understand that there may be reason for urgency. We will take your opinion into consideration and make our decision. I hope that will satisfy you. At first glance, it sounded like they were speaking humbly, but our insistence of the urgency to Satoko's situation was spinning their wheels. They had no intention of meeting us halfway. Right, they are officials. Plus, they have authority that can change the life of an individual like Satoko. Considering that, being a little overcautious and carefully deliberating matters wasn't the wrong response for them, and they would have understood that if this wasn't so personal. But in reality, Satoko had no time to spare. We could see that, because we understood everything. We knew how Sadako would reject me after I rubbed her head because of the horrible abuse she got from her uncle. That nightmare will come true in just a few days. In that nightmare, I knew that I should save her, but I just wasted my time. I wasn't going to make the same mistake. I had to make a move immediately. My Bargain? Did you say everything that you wanted to? Yes. That's it for today. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. Everyone, please bow to them. Class President, will you take the lead? Thank you very much. No, thank you for your valuable opinions. I don't know if that felt like it made much impact, even with a ton of them. But at least the manager was there to listen to him, you know? It wasn't just some caseworker, it was actually the manager of the centre. That's pretty big. Thank you, everyone. Be careful on your way home. We all came back to Higurashi together, and it was time for us to part. As the class president, Mion gave everyone the notice we were dismissed. However, everyone stuck around to talk about what happened today. We came back to Higurashi on our bikes, so we didn't really get to talk with each other. Now that we'd gotten off of them, we finally got to say what we wanted. This is the first time that everyone in the class has gotten together and fought for someone like this. It reminds me of the dam conflict. That's what I was thinking actually, it's like a smaller scale version of the dam conflict, where everyone's getting together and trying to protect one case of the village. It reminds me of the dam conflict. Everyone's feelings are united. That's true. None of these kids participated in the conflict, even though they might remember it from when they were a baby. But what we did today was more polite than what they did in the dam conflict. No one's bleeding, there are no bombs or riot police. Unity is the best thing about Higurashi. That's true. This old man's blood is boiling for the first time in a while. The people in Higurashi all got together to fight against the dam project. Everyone working together as a team means a lot to the villagers here. If there's one person coming, 2 should throw rocks at him. If there are 2, 4 should do so. If there are 4, then 8. If there's 1,000, the whole village should stand up and fight. What's that? A figure of speech? It's something that our grandma used to say. She was trying to tell the villagers to band together and fight. When there's one enemy, 2 should fight together. When there are 1,000, whole village should fight together. I see. She wanted the villagers to unite and defeat their enemies. It means more than that. Uniting to fight together is one thing, but it also means the whole village should unite and fight for the sake of an individual. Its real meaning is that everyone should share that individual's pain, sympathise with them, and fight for them too. Wow, that sounds very similar to what's happening right now. In other words, the battle that we're fighting now represents Higurashi as a whole. I see. Everyone supported me, not because they were impressed by my speech, but because it's their nature to unite like that. Probably both. The classmates were all still sticking around and discussing the issues surrounding Sadako. For some of them, this was like a return of the dam conflict, and also a big chance for those who never experienced it. It almost felt like a festival. Most of them thought that we didn't make much progress today though. Maibara-san? Maibara-san? So the conclusion is that they're not going to save Hojo-san, right? Their answer wasn't that bad, but you're right in the sense that they'll watch her suffer. I live close to him, so I know what kind of guy that uncle is. He's not normal. We've figured out that the people at the Child Consultation Centre don't understand anything. But we just can't give up after today either. Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun seemed serious. They weren't just supporting me. They wanted to make a move themselves. We're gonna have to work hard to save Hojo-san. Yeah, I agree. It's hard to believe that these are the same innocent kids who are always running around the school. I'm really happy to see them so motivated. Of course we are. Sadako's our friend, we're gonna save her, so please lend us your support again. No, Maibara-san. This is our responsibility as your classmates. We're not fighting because you're asking us to. We're doing this because we want to. I'm impressed to hear that from you, Tomita-kun. Should we go there again tomorrow? I don't think we should take any days off. Consistency is important. I agree with Rena-san. But it's only going to end with the same result if we go there with the same people again. I think today was more effective because we were there with more people. Then shall we go there with even more people tomorrow, shall we? Rena turned back towards everyone as she spoke. We all understood what she was trying to say. Not all children from Hinamazawa go to the Hinamazawa branch school. Around half of them go to the school in Okanamaya. Makes sense, I guess. Those children are not our classmates, but they're still our friends from around the neighbourhood. Hinamazawa is a small village after all. They know Sadako as well as we do, and they also know what's going on with her right now. Rumours spread at the speed of light in Hinamazawa. I can tell that by now. Everyone in the village knows about my embarrassing history of undergoing punishments. I'll talk to Daisuke when I go home. I bet he'd come with us. I'll call my friends when I get back home too. The school in Okanamaya isn't that far from the library. That's a good idea. I'll try and get more people too. This has turned out well. I think we can get at least 10 more people on our side. I'll try reaching out to a few of the old members of the kids club too. I think I can get at least 3 of them to come with us. I mean, it's small amounts, but it's getting a bigger group. I'll ask my friends from cram school too. But none of them know about Sadako or her situation. They're just friends of mine, so it'll only be about 4 people. Do you think it might be difficult to get other adults involved? Well, the people on the town council don't want to have anything to do with the Hojo family, because of what happened during the dam conflict. How about older people? Can't you get old people on our side, Rika-chan? Older people are bitter towards Sadako. People who believe in the curse of Oyashiro-sama really think that the Hojo family deserves what they get. So we can only get more children, but no adults. How many of us will there be? At this rate, there are going to be about 70 more children. I don't know if they will all make it, but hopefully there will be more than 40 of us. 40 people. I'm impressed, Keiichi. You think 40 is enough, Rika-chan? Well, I grinned and tapped Rika-chan's chest. It's not enough. 40 is not enough to knock out those stubborn people. We need at least 20 more. I'm sure 60 people would intimidate them. But where can we get that much help? Hehehe, you have no idea. My name is Keiichi Maebara. If I say I'm going to accomplish something, I will. Fingers crossed. Ooh, so that's the whole story, Kamida-kun. We're going to launch our 3rd attack tomorrow evening. Will you help us? I don't want to reject your request, Kei. We ate that jumbo parfait together. That was our vow as Swarm Brothers. I want to help you, Kei. But tomorrow is not a good day. What? Why is that, Kamida? Just take some cake and promise it him or something. You'll come. You can't lend a hand to this poor innocent girl. What's your pride as a 2-dimensional warrior? You deserve a beating. Clench those teeth. Ugh. Ugh. Oh. Wait a minute, Kaisa. Oh. Please listen to me. I would help her if it wasn't tomorrow. Of course I love flat-chested schoolmates, and normally I'd be happy to even lick Sadako-chan's socks. but I just can't tomorrow. You bastard. Tell me, Kamida. I'll knock at least 3 of your teeth out, even if you can't make it because of your parents' funeral. I can't come tomorrow because tomorrow's the dessert fiesta here at Angel Mort. Oh my god. I knew it. What did you say? It's a dessert fiesta, Kei-san. It's the dessert fiesta of Angel Mort. It gets bonus points for using the hiragana for fiesta. That's like the Japanese symbol, I know. Hiragana. I actually wanted an admission ticket. I'm not going to invite anyone but you. Let's go and pig out on those sweet girls and cakes. This is what my life has become. Ugh. Gah. Gah. Yeah. Please, Kei-san. I will help you the day after tomorrow. So please, let me go to the fiesta tomorrow. Please, I'm begging you. Keiichi-kun? I think you should let him go for tomorrow. No, I can't. I can't let him go. Kamida, you've dared to weigh cakes against a real little girl. You only gain the right to eat cake when you can save the girl. For starters, you don't have any understanding of how good Sadako is. No, I don't think they're starters, I think they're desserts. Listen, Sadako's charm is that which seems sun at first glance. Tsuntsun? But as you set off her flags, she goes dere dere. She's a classic tsundere. Oh, okay. Female, like anime characters, right? You should understand that the greatest appeal of a tsundere lies in the gap between her tsun and dere. Normally she's all tsuntsun without an ounce of eroticism. Once you flip her switch, suddenly she's dere dere. I'm a little bit lost, I'll be honest. I think I know tsundere as in killer girl? Summon? That gap between her on-off states is her charm. She's just like the first and last half of Higurashi's plot itself. Fourth wall. In other words, Sadako is the true Miss Higurashi. On top of that, she has the added spice of the little sister element that's grown standard now, as well as being a Souke. She's a new generation of heroine, with a perfect level of... heroine? Oh god. With a perfect level of rebellious spirit, making her grand descent into this world overflowing with romantically dependent heroines. You want to know how amazing her advent is? She's as incredible as a blonde princess of lightning in an open field. It's really hard to read when it shakes. But she's not a goddess, so don't go spouting upload or pass. Please, if you can't understand her appeal, then what are you? Wait, surprise, a 2D warrior. What? Would you dare to say you move into fake 3D now with the increases in polygon count? You're a century too early. Our progenitors from the age with heroines were displayed in 256-bit with 8 colours. They found love and more there, evolving their emotion. The writing's got behind the hub. Evolving their emotions to something. None of that was to escape into the 2D world. It was an evolution of love derived from their love of real women. The statue of Venus and the Mona Lisa are all the epitome of the progenitors' feelings of moe. By the way, I think the girl with the fewest pixels was from Drew. Young people nowadays probably can't even tell that she's a girl. Oh, by the way, the Princess of Dragon Buster was also amazing. She was wearing a short skirt and a crown, and she had a scepter. She even changed into a swimsuit and a bunny girl outfit. I can't. We 2D warriors search for the truth behind those walls of pixels and polygons, seeking their true form. So how could you say you would leave those pixels and polygons over a real life little girl that exists without those walls between you? That proves you lost sight of your goal and settled for half measures. 2D warriors do not desire the 3D. They're a new generation of 3D warriors who love 3D even more, trying to express that in detail through 2D symbols. I can't read it when shaking. Anyway, all I want to say is this. Which console is going to get Resident Evil? A Metal Gear. By the way, the new Dead or Alive is coming out too, right? Is it true that Zack is made out of the same number of polygons as the female character's breasts? Anyway, forget about that. And buckle down to save the real girl's breasts? I'm sorry, I was wrong. Oh god, thank god. Is let me stop. Okay, let me breathe. Hold on now. Okay, let's go. I'm sorry, I was wrong. What was I thinking? What have I done? It's okay, Kamida. Mistakes are there so you can realize you made them. You just realized your mistake and became a better man. Take my hand. The door to the next millennium is right in front of you. I'm out of breath. My head is gone. Keiichi-kun and Kamida-kun seem to be having lots of fun. I have no idea what they're talking about. It's best you don't know, Rana. Don't bother. I got it, Kei. On my honor as a man, I'll help you save that girl. They have dessert fiestas 4 times a year. So what if I miss one of them? It's not a big deal. He seems so down. Meep. By the way, Mion, you said you were going to give me 3 years worth of dessert fiesta admissions as a reward for the auction, right? I'll give you 1 year admission if you help me, Kamida-kun. No thank you, Kei. I'm a man. I'd be ashamed of myself if I was saving this girl because I was getting a reward. Shi-chan, do you think we can do something for him? Do you? How about this? I'll remove his name from the blacklist. Blacklist? What's that? Normal customers don't know about this, huh? There are customers that cause trouble in this restaurant sometimes. I bet they do. Pervy. Whenever they do something wrong, the name gets written on the blacklist. Once the name gets written down enough times, they're no longer allowed to enter the restaurant. Stop it now. I'm an angel mock master. I would never behave so unmannered as to get myself on such a blacklist. You touched a waitress improperly twice. Called the waitress just to talk with her. Sold tickets outside the restaurant. Well, talking to the waitress is nothing wrong with, is it? You'll be forbidden from entering after 1 more transgression. No way! I can't believe this. That's horrible. If I can't come to Angel Mode, I'll have no reason to live. However, I'm impressed that you're so willing to save Sadako. I'll erase your name from this list as a reward. Thank you so much, thank you so much. Hey Mi-chan, does that blacklist really exist? This old man has no idea. Comedian, thank you. Let me know if you can't get a ticket for the next dessert fiesta. I'll invite you. Okay. Hug. We've reaffirmed our strong friendship. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll bring my baseball team members with me. Ooh, even better. I should be able to get at least 10 people. It sounds like your uncle's a really crazy guy. Wouldn't it be faster to just kick his ass rather than going to the child consultation center? Well, we can't do that. Otherwise he'd take revenge on Sadako-chan. I see. Of course, we can't commit murder either. Alright, let's do it the right way. We don't want to get arrested by the police. 10 people is still not enough. Do you think you can get more people from somewhere? Need more people, huh? Let me take care of it. Kamita grinned at me, then suddenly stood up and shouted. Hey, you guys, you heard everything, didn't you? For those who have a ticket for tomorrow, I'm not going to force you. But if you're free, give us a hand. Everyone in the restaurant looked at him. There were a lot of people around. The dessert fiesta's tomorrow, so shouldn't today have been just a normal day? You're not wrong. But the people who missed out on tickets for the dessert fiesta are here today. All these guys are regulars. I don't know their names, but we see each other all the time in this restaurant. What do you think about this story, guys? The longer I listen to it, the more upset I get. Isn't that right, my comrades? Locking a real girl up? I want to do that. I mean, I can't allow that to continue. I will punish any guy who can't be nice to a girl. He can do it in his imagination, but it's unacceptable in the real world. Tell us to come with you, Kay. We admire your hunger. The Okanamaya squadron is prepared to enact a rescue operation. Please give us the order to attack. This is Operation Sadako. Your mission starts tomorrow evening. Make sure your clock's on time and your will is written. This may be the day you die. Alright. That's fine. We'll die for you. I'm sorry, you guys. Thank you for your help. You don't even know her. We can't abandon her just because of a tiny thing like that. Besides, we know very much about Princess Sadako. My fellows and I enjoy indulging in the warm sentiments that fill our hearts when the young lady fails to notice a bit of cream stuck to her chin. Therefore, this is a personal matter for us as well. Alright, you guys. I'm going to rely on you. You need to back me up, okay? Be ready to fight tomorrow evening. Yeah! Okay, okay, okay! Keiichi-kun is such a popular guy. He's popular with the town council too. He seems to be popular in the most unexpected places. Lots of other people seem to respect him too. Some of the waitresses here are also concerned about Sadako. They said they want to come and support us when they're off. Bloody hell, they're getting a whole army! Wow! I guess we have about 60 people now. Might even get more than that. So, is this the power to defeat fate? Hey! Well, it's seeming positive, even Rika's smiling. Don't see that very often. For good reason, to be fair, but, you know. Anyway, I think we made it to the midway point. Yeah. So, this has been Greeny XI. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you again in a bit when I guess we'll be going to a meeting for the Watanagashi Festival. Thanks again for watching, folks. I'll see you again in a bit when we see how it carries on. In a bit, folks.